Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to visit the orphans and widows in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained from the world.
My philosophy of ministry is a verse I've been quoting a lot, and I think we go through seasons where we change our life verse, but the one that sticks out for me is that one that just says, what is pure religion before God? It's to take care of the widows and the orphans and to live unspotted from the world.
You may have seen videos on the internet of YouTubers giving thousands of dollars and expensive cars away to the homeless. This is not one of those videos. Instead, we attempt to highlight the incredible personal and daily sacrifice of Orlando's youngest pastor as he serves his community. This video is designed to be an inspiration to the viewer, to demonstrate that you can have a definitive impact for the gospel through your local church.
And so I think what's different from that, of course, every ministry is different, but I'm more focused on what's happening out there than I am focusing on what's happening like inside these walls. Like we have this huge facility, but I want to be able to use it to help the community, help our community be a better place. And that's afforded me opportunities to share the gospel and to share Christ. I mean, we were doing food ministry, and we were able to help feed thousands, a couple thousand people. But at the same time, all those people got gospel tracts. All those people got a chance to hear the word. You know what I'm saying? So we got to feed them and feed them. And so I think a lot of times we as a church, collectively, like universally, can be focused on just like what's happening in here. And yes, we're in here preaching the gospel. Yeah, we're still having fellowships. Yeah, we're still counseling church members. Yeah, we're still loving on our church people and all that other stuff that's inside here. But my heart is out there. Some of the needs here of our city, number one, highly is the youth. Not just here in Orlando, but a lot of the surrounding cities as well, Apopka, deeper into the Orlando area. We have a lot of kids kind of getting swept up, and it's not something that's specific just to Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other states that's facing the same stuff. I got pastor friends everywhere who are mentioning how the inner city kids are. I'm an inner city kid, and so so that's one of the biggest things. We've been really trying to reach in the fire for our youth, because gang activity and just really doing really crazy stuff out here. I know I was sharing last month we had a 14-year-old that got shot, in some crazy activity. A 3-year-old who got killed in a drive-by. This is basically some stuff that we've been collecting over the last few weeks. We got everything in here from clothes to blankets, socks, food, some other different things like that. And what we try to do is what I like to call the homeless initiative. It's just helping the city to get on their feet. Like the average, I believe, the socioeconomic status of the average household here is like $30,000. And then from doing the food drive that we've been doing, we saw that the average household has 6 or 7 people in it. Well, the socioeconomic status to only be $30K, which is $10,000 under the poverty line, and then for the average household to be double what I believe the national household is huge. Where we'll go out and we'll bring this stuff to some of the more darker parts of the community, and where there's a big homeless population, and try to bring them some food, we try to bring them some toiletries, we try to bring them some clothes. And I like doing that because these are people who we know won't be able to give anything back. Scripture says the first commandment was promised, right? To love the Lord thy God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your might. And the second is likewise to love your neighbor as yourself. And upon these two things hang all the laws and the prophets, everything else. People try to do the Great Commission, and the Great Commission can't exist if you don't love God and if you don't love your neighbor. Otherwise, you're just funneling bus kids in that you don't even want to sit next to. I tell my church all the time, I'm always reminding them of don't be just a hearer of the word, but be a doer of the word. Church on Sunday and Bible study on Wednesday or whatever other midweek service you got, or small groups, I tell my church all the time, that's just fuel. The fuel in here, as you grow as a child of God, I wholeheartedly believe that there's fruits that should come from that. And part of that fruit should be a desire to serve the Lord in whatever capacity that may mean to you, or how you feel directed, or how you feel led, or what he impresses on your heart to continue and just be engulfed in traditionalism and just let that be, then sure. But I don't. That's not going to be my comfort level. It never will be. Like I don't. The Lord won't let me rest and just do nothing. Like I think we have to break up the traditional church ground and say, hey, don't just come and be a pew filler. Don't do that. Like go out and do something with what God has given you. You know what I'm saying?